everybody, how's it going? It's Corey with Tactically Average. Today we're going to be getting into my new bedside pistol. It is the Canik TP9SFX. I'm going to be going over the features, showing you what's in the box, and kind of going over my opinion on why I think this is one of the best pistols you can buy, and definitely probably the best value out there right now. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
All right, everybody, so I'm gonna go over the box here. So it is a fairly large box. Reason why is you do get a lot of different items in there, which is, again, some of the reasons why I said this is probably, in my opinion, one of the best valued pistols out there, especially in 9mm that you can get. So opening up the box, mine always falls apart. But you're going to see the pistol up front here with a couple of different mags. But before we get into that, let's show you kind of what's up top here. So Canik's going to give you all their manuals up top here. So mine does come with the Viper red dot. You can get this option, exact same option pistol with without an optic mounted on. Mine came with a Viper from Vortex. I do really like that optic, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So that comes with that little card here. This comes with a little Century Arms card. So welcome to Canik, welcome to the Canik family, and then obviously you're going to have your manual here, or your owner's manual. So that is, I believe, everything that's in there. So put that to the side. It is going to come with a cleaning rod. You're going to have a barrel rod so you can put your pieces of fabric in there and clean out the barrel. You're going to have one additional back strap. So mine came with the smaller back strap on. I actually switched this out. So yours, when you open the box, is going to be the bigger one. I did change my back strap out, but yours would be the bigger one here. Like I said, mine does come with an optic, but normally what you'll see is you'll see 4 different base plates allowing you to mount different optics. But in this case, you are going to see that I have the back sight, which is a Warren Tactical back sight. So that's what is here because I have the Viper mounted on there. So that is kind of what you're going to see back here. Now moving up to the pistol. Before we get to the pistol, you're going to have your trigger guard here, your trigger lock here. You're going to have a chamber indicator. You're going to have some fiber optic sights. So these allow you to change out. You're going to have your red and your green. The one that comes on there is red, I believe. So you have just some backups because it does come with Warren Tactical back sights and a fiber optic front sight. So if you want to change out the front sight, you can do that. Moving over here, I have this little thing. Who knows what that is? Now you are going to have 2 20-round Metgar magazines. So these are pretty good magazines. They are normally 18 rounds, but since you're going to have the competition ready TPSFX, there we go. It's going to come with a base plate that allows you to have an additional 2. So adding to 20 rounds here. So you're going to have 2 20-round mags. You're also going to have a speed loader here, but I have some rounds in here, so I'm not actually able to put that on there, but it normally comes just right there. Moving up front here, you're going to have this little toolkit here, which is exactly what I used. There we go. What I used when I took out my back strap. So you're going to have some tools to remove your back strap, and then some other tools in here as well to remove your. Let's get into the pistol here real quick. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna put this to the side. We're gonna get back to that. You are gonna have a holster, an outside the waistband holster. I have not tried this holster yet, but it seems fair. I mean, if you are getting into competition, which is obviously what this pistol is designed for, you're probably gonna have your own holster. But if you're just getting started out, I don't see why you wouldn't want to use this holster. It has good retention. You hear the click there. Not the most robust clips here, but they're pretty durable. So I would definitely run this, especially if this was my only holster. But you can hear it's got good retention, and it's got Canik's little logo up top here. So yeah, that is the holster. All right, so on to the star of the show, the main event, the pistol, the Canik TP9SFX. So it is a 5.2 inch barrel. It is competition ready. I obviously have some other things on here that do not come standard. Mainly being just my Streamlight TL or my TLR1. So that's the only thing that doesn't come on this pistol. Mine did come with the Viper. It is a 6 MOA dot. It does have an auto shut off, so there are some buttons up here where you can turn it up, you can turn it on, turn it off, and then also adjust the brightness. Now this color is in the tungsten gray Cerakote. I really do like this. The Cerakote is really good. It seems really strong, and I love the color. I love the black polymer frame with the tungsten gray. So it is striker fired, as I just mentioned. It is a polymer framed pistol, and the overall length I want to say is 8.29 inches long. And then kind of coming up top, you're going to have your fiber optic red sight that comes automatically with it. I believe that's how it ships. Now, as we showed you a little bit earlier, you do have a green sight if you want to change that out. Up here, you're going to have some ribs. That is so ribs, I guess that's what you would call them. It just actually what this is going to do is eliminate some glare. So if you are shooting outside, especially with an optic on, and this is all this gray, you could have the reflecting. You could have some sunlight reflecting on here. So that's all it's going to do is just cut down on the reflecting. You do have a ported slide. Your barrel is not ported. It's just the slide. So you can see here, no ported barrel, but you do have the ported slide, which is just going to cut down on the overall weight of the pistol. Now moving on to the other side of the pistol, it does come with some extended controls for so if you were using this competition ready, or if you were using this for a competition, it does have the extended mag release. So I don't know if you can tell here on camera, but it protrudes out of the pistol a decent amount. You might be able to tell right there. So it does protrude out a decent amount. So if you were carrying this, you'd probably want to switch this out for something a little bit smaller. They do give different options in the box that I showed you a little bit earlier, but you can see how far this does stick out. And then the other extended control is going to be your slide release. I went to the range a couple days ago and did shoot this. Depending on your grip is like and your grip angle, you may hit this like I was doing, so it was forcing my gun to not lock back, just because I was riding up a little bit higher. I was, at the range and adjusted my grip, and then it kind of stopped that, which is nice. But that is one thing just to be aware of if you are not using this for competition and you have a higher grip. See if I can't show you. So I was kind of up here on my pistol, and it was forcing this to not lock back on the last round. Now, one of the biggest competitors for this gun is going to be your Glock 34. I own a couple different Glocks. The one thing I will say about the Canik over the Glock, now I don't own a Glock 34, so I can't compare the two, but I will say the trigger on this, when I went out to the range the other day, this trigger was smooth. I really enjoyed shooting this. I can show you kind of why I say that. So you can see here, you're gonna have, let's see if I can. So you're gonna have a little bit of a take up and then your wall right there. And then you take a look at your release or your reset, audible, and it's pretty quick, and then another smooth pull. So I really, really enjoyed my Canik trigger over even my Glock 19 trigger. So if you are looking to get into competition, and you're between this and the Glock 34, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, you're gonna get a lot more out of the box. Not even just with the trigger, just in general. You're gonna have the ported slide. You're gonna have the ported slide here. You're gonna have that nice tungsten gray Cerakote fiber optic sights, and then if you don't get the optic ready, you're going to have that back Warren tactical sight. Glock is not going to offer that on their standard Glock 34, so just keep that in mind if you are looking to get into competition. It's between this. You're also probably going to save a little bit of money. Now obviously if you go with an optic up top, it depends on what kind of optic you get, and it also depends on, you know, what kind of deal you get. This whole package minus my light, I believe I got it for $750. You can probably find that a little bit cheaper, but I support my local business. They don't always have the cheapest prices, but they always have the best service. So that's why I pay a little bit more for my guns and my firearms, because the service I get there. So taking a look at the back here, you can see that there is a striker indicator, and you do have some good grip. Now this is not the most aggressive grip that's going to be out there. It's not even compared. You can't even compare this really to like the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. This is nowhere near, but you do have some good texture here, and then your back strap is going to have some more texture as well. So for me, I have very large hands. This does fit in my hand pretty well. I wish there was one additional strap that could go just a little bit larger. It would fit, but I can adjust my grip. You can see I have massive hands, so I can barely get my second support hand on there. But again, that's not really a fair, it's not really a knock on this gun because my hands are so massive. There are very, very few guns that I can properly get two hands on. But this one I can show you, I can get a nice purchase on this and have a decent grip on this firearm here. So can't complain about that. Coming up to the barrel here again, you're gonna have some serrations up front, and then also up back here. The milling is really good. It's not super aggressive, but I can tell you if I'm, you know, out running, get a little bloody, even sweaty, I would be able to get a nice purchase on that. And even if you want to do a press check for you John Wickers out there, the milling up top here, the serrations are actually really really aggressive, especially towards the bottom. You should be able to get a nice press check on that as well. Now I'm going to kind of go over why I believe this is, you know, one of the best values that you can get in a pistol. So like I said, my model cost me about $750 or so with the optic, with the two mags, basically everything you see but the light here. I took it out to the range last week and shot it for the first time. Full disclosure, this is the first pistol I've owned that has an optic on it. So I don't really feel comfortable quite yet giving you a full, definitely not a full review, but even an unbiased review on this yet, because I've never shot a pistol with an optic. So the first day I went out, I was not very accurate with this pistol. I didn't mind shooting it, but I was not super accurate with it. I was, you know, 10 yards away, and I felt like I was missing. And when I shoot like my Walther PPQ, which is very similar to this gun, minus the fiber optic, I'm dead nuts accurate with it. So I just have to get used to this optic before I can possibly give you guys a review on this. But first impressions of this gun, you know, if you are looking for a home defense or competition ready firearm, I would at least go to your local range, see if they have one, see if you can't hold it, and if you can shoot it, I would 100% shoot it. And if you want to replace, you know, this with an RMR, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't say that's a bad idea at all. The Viper is a nice optic. Again, just when I went into my local store, this is what was there, and this is the setup. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new, if you guys could please sub, that would be great. We do all types of different unboxings, reviews of firearms, gear reviews, all that stuff. Also, if you are still looking for ammo, make sure you check some of my previous videos where I show you how to score some ammo in 2021 with all the stuff that's going on. But until next time, guys, this is Corey with Tactically Average. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.